All right, we're going live now. We're just going to make sure the audio is great.
Perfect.
Righty. All right, testing, testing. We're just making sure everything sounds good, Katrine. You just give us a thumbs up before we go ahead with our masterclass. For those that are coming in, thank you so much. This is our monthly masterclass. Today we will be having Be Happy Babies. They're saying everything sounds great on Instagram. Let's double check YouTube real quick before we get started. Alrighty.
Great stuff. Are we good to go then?
Yes, we're great to go. So welcome in,
Fantastic.
everyone. Yes, welcome in, everyone. I'll just introduce you real quick, Amy.
Perfect.
Thank you, everyone, for coming. Today, for our masterclass, we'll be having Amy from Be Happy Babies. This will be a great opportunity to learn about addressing health disparities and the profound benefits of baby massage, and just how it can be beneficial to infant wellness. So please, take the opportunity to listen to Miss Amy here as we deepen our understanding of how baby massage can really be beneficial, as birth workers, as doulas, and as parents. Thank you again, Amy, for coming.
Oh, well, thank you for having me. And it's lovely to be here and share this time with you. So thank you. Hopefully over the next sort of half an hour of this masterclass, I'll give you a bit of an overview of baby massage and Be Happy Babies. And also, if possible, there's time at the end, we can have a bit of a question and answer session as well. But as Joy said, my name's Amy. I am one of the co-founders of Be Happy Babies. So Be Happy Babies is kind of made up by three friends, really. So we initially founded it through myself and Sonia, and we have backgrounds in physiotherapy, but I specialise in paediatrics and Sonia's got a speciality in complementary healthcare, but we both also teach as well. And we were later joined by Karen, who is an acupuncturist and specialises in pre and postnatal care. Above that, we are also all infant massage instructors and have worked together in different guises over the last few years. And Karen has recently stepped back to have her third baby. So at the moment, it's just Sonia and I who are sort of holding the fort, so to speak. So that is us. I'm just going to change the slides if I can. Here we go. So in terms of that's who we are, but we also wanted to let you know how Be Happy Babies came to be. So as you may know, the sort of the baby massage industry is not regulated in any way. And that means that the courses are designed for everybody, which is brilliant from an accessibility perspective. But, as healthcare professionals, when we did our training, we felt that a lot of the course wasn't tailored at us. We felt that there were aspects that maybe we didn't need to cover because we had a background and an understanding of healthcare. And just the three of us sort of said to each other in passing, do you know what, there should be a course for healthcare professionals. And so, the idea was born a little bit then. But the real catalyst for Be Happy Babies was this lovely lady. And this is Evie. And Evie is Sonia's daughter. And she was born at 36 weeks and unfortunately had jaundice. Luckily for Evie and Sonia, it wasn't too severe, but they did spend a number of days in hospital needing regular blood tests and being under one of the sort of the light boxes. And Sonia found that, the time spent away from Evie, with Evie being under the light box, having to force feed her and make sure she's getting all those nutrients, was really quite a distressing period for her. Evie continued to have some feeding difficulties, and sometimes as healthcare professionals, you go down a bit of a rabbit hole when you start to kind of look into areas and research areas about, specifically for Sonia, it was tongue tie. And it was during her research, she found that there was so much research on the benefits of infant massage and jaundice. And that led her to kind of read all about some of the other medical benefits of infant massage as well. And I can remember Sonia feeling really frustrated. She was like, "But I'm a baby massage therapist. Why have I not been massaging my baby in those first few days?" And I think, often for parents in that sort of post natal period, with the the influx of hormones and the emotional challenges that come, you sometimes lose sight of it. But baby massage is such a simple way, and it's got so many positive benefits. And so, as I said, that was the real catalyst for the formation of Be Happy Babies. There we go. And I think, one of the things that we had in common, as in myself and Sonia and Karen, was that we feel incredibly passionate about the health care inequalities. And I'm sure it's the same for you. And it's very frustrating at times. And, when we look at the sort of the science behind it, and, NHS England defines the health inequalities as unfair and avoidable differences in healthcare populations and between different groups. And it's the fact that they are unavoidable, or sorry, not that they're unfair and avoidable, that is the key. And I think there are many countries, and it's recognised that there are certain characteristics that negatively impact an individual's well-being. And these include, where we were born, where you grow up, where you live, where you work. And these wider determinants of health really impact life expectancy. And they are complex and they interlink. And I think from our perspective, COVID-19 really highlighted and exacerbated these issues. And we do feel really passionately at Be Happy Babies about giving babies and infants the best start in life, no matter where they're from, no matter, where they are. We truly believe that infant massage can have a really positive effect on them. And we also feel that it should be available to everybody as well. So part of the reason why we are so excited to work with you is that, we know as doulas you provide much needed support for families throughout the pregnancy, but also during that postnatal period. And again, that's one of the reasons why we feel that you are best placed to help teach infant massage to parents. And again, the values you have as doulas is to consider the whole family and the holistic care. And again, we recognise that as the National Black Doula Association, you are also passionate about this, and will be well placed to help minimise some health inequalities. As such, if you wanted to join, and we do hope that you will join our Be Happy Babies family, we've got a discount for members that we're able to send out to you. So that was a little bit of a sort of overview of, who we are, and sort of the importance and why we feel Be Happy Babies is so important. But the next few slides will focus on infant massage a little bit more. So infant massage is incredibly important, and it's really important in those first few years of life, and it's known that it can really positively influence early childhood development, and it will set the foundation for lifelong learning and improvements in behaviour and also in health. And it's during this rapid time of sort of development and growth that children will know and learn to experience and regulate their relationships, how they respond to stress, but it also shapes the brain development as well. And again, when we think about infant massage, it's such a simple tool. It's so simple, but yet really powerful. And it has been clinically proven that it can support early development. So again, another really important reason to highlight why we should be promoting this. So thinking now a little bit about our course. So our course examines the wide range of benefits of infant massage. And we are we look at the research, and we're also thinking about the anatomy and the physiology that underpins this. So that's what our course is thinking about. But I wanted to spend the next couple of slides just thinking about infant massage and weight gain. And the research has shown us, and again, you will know this better than most, that our Black, American Indian and Alaskan Native women, as well as the Native Hawaiian and Pacific Islander women, have a higher proportion of preterm births and also low birth weight babies. We also know that babies born with low body weight are likely to experience delayed growth, issues in development as well. There's a higher risk of morbidity and mortality during that post sort of neonatal period in comparison to babies with normal weights. And so there is lots of research out there about weight gain and baby massage or infant massage, but it does predominantly focus on preterm infants, as there is that lower incidence of birth weight in comparison to our full-term infants. But I think what's been really key from looking into and researching this is that studies on massage and weight gain have identified that the calorific intake didn't significantly differ when comparing or when looking at baby massage on top of. And so therefore, the positive effects of the research showing that baby massage can improve weight gain is suggestive that there is another mechanism behind that weight gain. So hopefully that makes sense a little bit. And again, the research is suggesting that, the possible mechanisms include stimulation of the vagus nerve. And again, that can have a really important impact on the production of gastrin and insulin secretion, which are hormones. And again, they have effect on weight gain by controlling and adjusting the absorption and the metabolism of the infant as well. Again, there is research to suggest that baby massage can have a positive impact and increase the beta endorphins, which will again encourage that growth hormone production. So there's lots of research out to say that, infant massage is going to be really key in weight gain. And here we've just got a couple of papers for you, which you might be interested in, just to sort of signpost you to these, really. They are readily available to you. And the first paper is comparing 30 full-term infants in one hospital who received sort of 15 minutes of massage a day from their mothers for 4 weeks. And then they compared that with 31 full-term infants from a different hospital who just received standard care. And what the paper or the research found was that weight gain was significantly different or significantly greater in that massage group. So that simple massage of sort of 15 minutes a day had a really significant impact on weight gain. And again, that second paper, which is a much bigger paper, so it's a systematic review and meta-analysis, looked at 15 different trials and nearly 700 participants, all with low birth weights or very low birth weights in preterm neonates. And again, the research showed that the massage could improve weight gain daily. And again, when they were talking about massage, they were talking about sort of moderate pressure massage, so massage that moves the skin. And so some, again, really simple, easy, non-expensive modalities making a big impact on the lives of infants. So thinking now a little bit about sort of our course and what this looks like at Be Happy Babies. I'm aware that I could talk for England on it, but hopefully we will come to sort of, this is the last part of the presentation, so talking about the course, and then there'll be an opportunity for questions. But we designed the Be Happy Babies course to look at the key body systems that are relevant to baby massage. So we looked at and have designed modules on anatomy and physiology of the musculoskeletal system, the neurological system, and the gastrointestinal system. We also looked at typical development, so thinking about what's happened from conception through to birth, and also thinking about, well, what happens in those early years? So those early years where you get that rapid development, that rapid growth. And what factors impact that? Because that's really important when we're working with parents and babies as to how to, how can we influence that? How can we educate? How can we proactively support and promote parents? The other aspects of the course look at the benefits of infant massage, and this is a fabulous module. It's underpinned by research, as well as thinking about the sort of the mechanisms that encourage sort of, excuse me, the benefits of infant massage. And I think what we really want, and why we've spent so much time on this module, is we want teachers and members of the Be Happy Babies family to really be advocates for infant massage and be able to have informed conversations with colleagues, with peers, and with the parents and families that they're working with. And of course, we need to teach you the actual techniques themselves, and we cover some of the practical aspects of working as a massage instructor. So there are these sort of different modules, and each module has a little quiz at the end, just as a knowledge checker, so you can gauge your learning, you can go back over things that you might need to spend a bit more time looking at. Yeah, let's move on to the next thing. So the course itself probably takes about 3.5 hours, and it's been designed so that it doesn't hugely impact on your time, because we know that healthcare professionals are busy. And so it is an online course, and it can be done sort of on demand, so you can fit it in around your own schedules. And so we say it takes roughly 3.5 hours, and then probably a little bit of extra time for the quizzes. There is also a final assessment, which we sort of include some sort of simple case studies, and we also ask you to do a demonstration of your massage and your teaching skills. The course is CPD verified, so you'll get a CPD certificate at the end, and you'll also, as I said, become part of the Be Happy Babies family and network. So as well as the modules, we are also providing you with some sort of supporting material. So you'll get some picture guides, you'll also get some consent forms and some resources that will just generally make life as a massage instructor easier. And as I said, part of that Be Happy Babies family is about receiving the sort of the newsletter, sharing kind of useful bits of literature and further reading that is influencing your practice as well. So the next few slides are taken from the course and will hopefully give you a bit of a feel as to the content that we've put in and the layout. The modules themselves are all narrated, but you will also get a PDF document with the teaching materials to support your learning there as well. Additionally, there is some fully narrated massage videos of some of the techniques and routines that you may be using as an infant massage instructor. So this slide here is taken from our anatomy and physiology module, specifically the musculoskeletal element of it. And here you can see a slide that we are sort of thinking and covering, the structure of the musculoskeletal system in as much as the muscles and the bones. So that's just a slide there to give you a flavour of what it might look like should you come to do it. The next slide, again, is taken from our anatomy and physiology, but focusing more on the sort of the neuro module. And here we look at the different components of the nervous system. So this slide's showing you the autonomic nervous system and the division between the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous system. So the parasympathetic being your rest and digest, and then that sympathetic nervous system being more your sort of fight and flight responses. And then the final part of our anatomy and physiology teaching is around the gastrointestinal system. And again, here you can see a slide comparing our sort of the differences between the adult and the infant anatomy, which can be helpful when you start to think about, that newborn stomach and the kind of anatomical capacity of it, which again, when we're supporting families, and as you as doulas are supporting families with breastfeeding or other feeding options, it's important to remember that as well. So typical development is something that we focus on. And as I said earlier, we're thinking about it in as much as, we talk in the module around sort of conception and the importance of the different stages in utero, and then thinking about what happens in sort of the development or the typical development afterwards, and how the experiences we have with our environment can really impact our motor development as well. Again, thinking about the importance of baby massage, I feel very passionately about baby massage and the benefits it can have in terms of health. And we've touched upon some of them earlier, but again, as I said, in this module, we're thinking about the research that underpins it, so we can have those informed conversations. And we look at it from different perspectives. So we think about it in terms of the benefits for full-term infants, preterm infants, but also the impact that infant massage can have on the health and well-being of parents and caregivers as well. So As we come towards the sort of the end of the presentation, I'm just aware of time as well, and the end of the course, we will teach you some of those specific massage techniques that you will use when you come to teach your infant massage. And as I said, there are those additional resources with the narrated videos, so you can see the techniques as well to support you. So I do appreciate, I feel like I have massively sort of whistled through the sort of the presentation and who we are. As I said, I could speak all day on it, but I hope that has been useful for you. And thank you so much for having me. And if we have time, I'm very happy to kind of take any questions that you might have.
Thank you so much, Amy, for an amazing presentation.
Thank
Um,
you, Joy.
we do have a few questions to ask. If you just give us 1 second to pull it up.
Hi, Amy. I have a question on my part. It's just one. You said earlier that infant massage can help with jaundice in newborns, but are there any other medical conditions where infant massage should be avoided? I'm just curious.
So I think in terms of avoiding it, it is relatively safe as a technique. It's relatively safe, relatively simple. I think one of the big issues that we have with our preterm babies is the vulnerability of their skin, and certainly that is a sort of slight, I wouldn't say it's a contraindication, but it is a precaution. So it's just being mindful about the sort of the skin integrity particularly.
I see. Thank you so much, Amy.
That's all right. I think, the other thing that we would say, certainly, here in the UK, is that if anybody was concerned, we would be liaising with our sort of medical colleagues in the health service, so our paediatricians, just to get their sort of consent on it. But it is such a safe technique, really. Just it's more about the sort of the mindfulness of the skin.
Okay, thank you again.
Pleasure.
Thank you again so much, Amy. Um, it seems like we do have one question. So it's from a postpartum doula. They were just wondering, um, how can they, teach their parents, in the postpartum period, the best way to, massage the baby when they're having like gas or things like that? What are some techniques that they can do at home to help with those things?
Yeah, so there's lots of lovely techniques, and we've got a section around abdominal massage on the course, and sort of guides on that in terms of techniques to try and release tummy wind. There's also a really nice technique called Tiger in the Tree, and we've got a video of how we can safely get even our really tiny babies into this sort of position to try and relieve gas. But certainly abdominal massage, Tiger in the Tree. And I think one of the things that can help from a gastrointestinal perspective is not only thinking about baby massage, but also thinking about some of those kinesthetic movements. So what we would call bicycle legs. So, one leg up to the chest, one leg down, just to try and get a little bit movement of that lower abdomen to release what needs to be released.
Thank you, Amy. We also have another question from a full spectrum doula. She's asking, when considering full term babies, what are some of the main differences between these techniques and seeing the chiropractor?
So, in terms, I'm not entirely sure in terms of, out in America, your chiropractic pediatric scope. I think that might be a little bit different to here in the UK. because here in the UK it is quite different. We do have some sort of what we would call craniosacral osteopaths who work with children, and again that's a very gentle technique. So I'm afraid I'm not sure, without knowing a little bit more about your kind of chiropractic service, I wouldn't want to comment on that, I'm afraid.
Okay, that's understandable. So yeah, so far we do have our CEO Brandy. She'll like to get up here and join with you in just a second here. But so far it seems to be all of our questions so far.
Lovely.
Yep, I'm gonna double check and make sure we're not missing anything. But again, thank you for answering those questions for us.
Oh, pleasure. And if questions crop up, please do feel free. You can always email us at info@behappybabies.co.uk.
Okay.
We can get back to you, so we'll share that with your network.
Yep, and we'll be sure to send that out to our members.
Lovely, thank you.
Hello, everyone.
Hi
I'm
there.
so glad I'm getting a chance to jump on just for a moment. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, Amy, one. Thank you so much. Thank you. I wanted to join because you're actually doing our first masterclass this year. And so some people who are joining us are probably not exactly sure what's going on. So I'm excited, one, that you kicked us off for the year. Amy, we couldn't be more grateful. I've been able to speak with you and your partners in crime there about Be Happy Baby. And I'm just excited because this year, one of the things the NBDA is really trying to do is make sure that our doulas are equipped with knowledge, with resources, with tools. As you said, we're working with families, direct care, and a lot of our families have these questions. And I think it's so cool that we're able to reach across the pond, if you will, and get assistance from you all in the work and the research more specifically. I think is important to me, right? Because that's what's important to a lot of families when we're sharing this information, is that we're getting it from someone who's done the research, who's done the work. And so thank you again for the work that you guys are doing, for coming in and sharing this information with us. And guys, I just wanted to jump on to let you know this year, this is what we're doing. We're bringing in people who are able to give us skills, to give us resources that really directly align with the work that we're doing with our families. And so, like I said, Miss Amy's kicking us off. But if you have not gotten a chance to, please go ahead over to our website. We have all of the events for this year. And so you'll be able to see who else will be joining us, what other topics we'll be covering for the year. And then I also wanted to make sure that we stretch and really hammer home, Amy, the fact that you guys are not only coming in and doing this presentation for us, but again, that you guys are offering a special code for our members. And so if you're a member of the NBDA and this information has interested you in any way, and you're like, hey, I want to be able to talk to Amy and her team later, or, hey, Brandy, we want to make sure that we get that discount code, please either DM us, right, directly here on Instagram, send us a message there on YouTube, and or you can always email us at our favorite hello@blackdoulas.org, right? So if you are interested in this information, if you're wanting to be a part of the Be Happy's family, or just you're interested in learning more about infant massage and want to get connected with the team, please feel free to reach out. We would love to connect you all. And again, Amy, we could not be more grateful for you giving of your time. I know it's quite the time difference for you. And so coming on, we're just really grateful.
Oh, well, it's our pleasure. And, and if there are things that we can do, or, as in questions we can answer, or even come back again, we would love to kind of to do that, because as you said, that we feel that our values really do align with yours.
Definitely.
And we are very passionate about improving the lives of infants and families, and baby massage, is such a simple way to do it. So
definitely. And we've already started conversations about a possible workshop for just our membership, and how we could, I know there where you guys are, it's called something specific, and here we call it a CEU. So making sure people could use that not only for our membership, but maybe maybe for other positions or professions they have as well. And so, yeah, we're excited. We're definitely going to make sure that you guys get to stay tuned into what we're doing, and the same for you all, making sure we stay connected and getting this information out to the families who need it.
definitely. Definitely.
Yes. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for letting me hop on. I'll let Joy and the team wrap you guys up for tonight. Amy, thanks again. You have a wonderful rest of your evening and a great weekend.
You too. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you, like Brandy said, Amy, again for your time. We truly appreciate it, and this is definitely some things that we need to know. Some of our people in the comments were just saying thank you, and they were saying that they would love to use this for their clients, and just because these techniques are important. But as we wrap up, Amy, I just want to give a couple of announcements to our membership. You can feel free to hop off. We'll make sure we give your email out to our members if they have any questions or would like to reach out to take any of the courses. Thank you, Amy.
Oh,
Um,
well, thank you.
Yes. And as far as any announcements that we have going on, again, we do have our events page on our website, everyone. So please feel free to go there or go straight to our Eventbrite to see our next upcoming events for the month of February. We do have our Will You Be My Doula time coming up on February the 13th. That will be at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you have not signed up yet, please go sign up. We have an amazing speaker, Simone Mary Posa. She'll be doing an amazing presentation for us. So please sign up. We also will be having our screening of Remembering Anarka. And before we have that screening, we're going to actually have the author of Say Anarka. He's going to be doing live with us where Brandy or somebody from our admin team will interview him and just ask him a few questions about how he, you know, wrote this book and where he found this cool information at. So please be on the lookout for some of the cool things that we have coming up. Again, we appreciate you all. And if you guys have any questions, please reach out to hello@blackdoulas.org. For any questions, please email us. Thank you. Bye, guys. Thank you again, Amy.